Hey guys, if you're looking for a quick dinner idea, come with me and I'll show you the way. Up next is my almond crusted tenderloin with carrot puree. Woo! Keep it paleo. All right, I've got 6 carrots on the board. I'm going to just give them a quick peel. And just like mashed potatoes or yams or sweet potatoes, the proper term for that is a puree. And we're gonna do the same thing with carrots. You can do it with cauliflower, but everybody loves kind of those mashed veggies. So we'll chop the ends off of these guys, just like that. Line them up here, and that. And then we'll just cut the chunks about this size. Throw those in a pan, we cover with water, and then we'll add a pinch of salt, and we'll let those boil or simmer until they're soft. Now we've got a pork tenderloin on the board. I like to use a white cutting board or a separate board just to keep things clean. And I'm gonna show you quickly how to do this. We're just looking for this area up top. If you scrape your knife against it, it won't cut through. We're able to kind of peel this stuff away. But then this is the silver skin. I always like to trim that anytime I have pork tenderloin, whether I'm roasting it or doing cutlets like we're about to do here. So just get the knife under there, right about like that. Good, and then back here, work our way until it cuts through the meat. Happy with that. It's a little bit hacked up, but I'm not doing this every day right now, so I'm okay with it. Compost bin. And then what I want to do, I'll cut this guy away. Probably just chop this up, season it, and saute it. And then for my cutlets, I'm going to go on a little bit of a bias. So 1, 2. I'm just cutting these like 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch thick. Okay, there we got it. These are all game. I might take these last couple, 3, put them over in this pile, and that'll be for just sauteing and kind of snacking on. And then these are all nice little cutlets, so we're gonna bread these babies up and pan fry them. Okay, guys, let's take a quick look at our carrots. I moved them over here. I'm just gonna test them. They're still pretty hard. Now, what we wanna look for, the color of the water is starting to turn a little bit orange. We want to limit that as much as possible. That's a sign of like the nutrients being released into the cooking agent or the liquid or the water. But we also need them soft enough to be able to puree. So just kind of a little tip on that. And then over here we've got a cast iron skillet heating up. Good amount of oil in here. And then up front, like I said, these are good for snacking on. So I'm just going to season these little chunks with some Gaga garlic, and then cook them off quick. So. All right, next up we'll season some almond flour. I've got a little bit of almond flour here, and maybe a tablespoon of Gaga garlic. Mix this up, just kind of season our flour, and then I've got 1 egg here. We'll beat that up. Check on these little nuggets. And these won't take long, you guys. A lot of people are scared to eat their pork like medium, even medium rare, but that's kind of how I like it. It's still super moist, and I'm not afraid. Not afraid. So even right there, I'm going to call that good on these little guys. Add a little bit of oil to the pan and then regulate the heat. I turned it down somewhat. The almond flour has a tendency to burn, so we got to keep the heat regulated, not too hot. So we'll go here with the egg, the almond flour into the pan. And when you set them in the pan, you want to kind of lay them away from you so that you're not splashing yourself with oil. All right, so I'm just gonna do 5 of them, but same process for the rest of these. Boom, don't overcrowd your pan. We wanna make sure there's enough heat here. If the heat gets too low, then this breading will absorb a lot of the oil and just be more soggy than crisp. So I'm just gonna do 5, which is gonna be 1 portion, and then we'll pair it up with our carrots and rock and roll. Okay, it's been about, I don't know, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Just gonna give these guys a flip. There we go. Boom. Happy with all those. This one's kind of on the verge of going too far. This one looks money. All of them are gonna taste awesome. So probably another 30 seconds on this side and then we'll pull them. All right, we're there on the cutlets. I'm just gonna set them on a baker's rack here. You can put them on a paper towel as well. Just trying to keep them, prevent them from getting soggy. And they'll just kind of hang out right there, cut the heat. So the carrots aren't quite done yet. While I'm waiting for them to finish, I'm gonna throw together a quick guac. Because after all, it's all about what? Meat, veggies, and healthy fat. So this is gonna give us, along with the olive oil and the almond flour, a little bit of healthy fat to top it off. I'm gonna go 1 avocado into a bowl. Let's go half of a lime. Pinch of salt. And then I've got a serrano here. It'll bring a little bit of heat to the game. And I'm always a fan of that. I'm gonna use half of it with the seeds membrane intact. Yup. That'll do the trick, you guys. Super easy. Let's give the carrots a quick check here. Boom. Boom. Yeah, they're pretty much done. If I pull this out, check this out, kind of fork tender, just like that. So I'm gonna transfer them to my food processor. And then we'll keep a little liquid on hand if we need. But we wanna kind of get as thick a puree as possible while still achieving like a smooth consistency. Let's check this out. So let's take a look right here. Nice rich color, pretty smooth right in there. It tastes like carrots, you guys. The salt that we put in the simmering liquid is now infused in here, and it's just perfect. So keeping it pure, salt, water, and carrots. Let's plate this baby up. I guess the basis of what we need to eat is just vegetables, some protein, and some healthy fat. This is a perfect example of that. Get out there, give it a try, and I'm here proving to you that even when it comes to baby food and pork product, you can keep it paleo.